This is the highest stakes video ever in the history of Football Manager YouTube. Maybe in the history of YouTube. This is my final Football Manager 2024 video. Maybe my final Football Manager video ever. In charge of Tupapa Maraerenga and the Cook Islands, I've battled through season after season of domestic dominance, only to get swatted down by Auckland City anytime we face them in the OFC Champions League, and New Zealand anytime we face them in international competition. As some of you may have seen in my most recent channel update, I have been contemplating my future as a Football Manager content creator. So this is what's at stake in this video. If we cannot win a trophy that does not have the words Cook Islands or Cup in the title, then I have to quit football management content creation altogether. And I must do this by the end of the 2030-31 season. By the way, with Football Manager 26 on the horizon, if you haven't pre-ordered already, feel free to use my code DGFM26 on Fanatical. Link in the description and pinned comment. It might be your last chance to get a DG discount. So let's start this video with the Cook Islands Round Cup, which of course is the league in the Cook Islands. Our off-season transfers were wild as we brought in Miles Kenlock, the former Ipswich defender, deciding to give it all up for an amateur contract in one of the smallest nations on earth. That might just be the most random signing I've ever made on Football Manager. Joining him would be a Chilean regen winger, Francisco Villarroel, along with another right winger from Guadeloupe called Alexander Mace. Sure, they both play the same position, but they were both free. I couldn't resist. We also brought in Japanese DM Kento Nishia as we prioritised an OFC Champions League win over nurturing Cook Islands youngsters. Words which we may come back to later. It took our new arrivals some time to gel, as shown on the opening day of the season, when it took stoppage time goals from Koiatu and new boy Alexander Mace for a 2-0 win. Fergie time lives on in the Cook Islands. An easy victory over Aviatu followed, but on match day 3 against Titiaveka, we wobbled again, having to fight from behind. Not once, but twice. Daryl Ariai got us level in first half stoppage time, and then we needed fellow Youth Academy project Kaufanunga to snatch a win late on. A win's a win, but so much for those new foreign signings, eh? It was Kaufanunga who was on the score sheet again the following week against Paikura, but our opponents would equalise in the second half, and those were our first drop points of the season. And 1 week later, away to Nikau Sokotak, came our first defeat of the season. When I said I didn't want to win any trophies with the words Cook Islands or Cup in them, I didn't mean I didn't want any domestic trophies at all. Normal service would be resumed in the following weeks, as big signing Francisco Villarroel finally kicked his season into gear, scoring in wins over Aviatu and Matavera. As despite that defeat, we topped the league by 1 point. A revenge win over Titicaveca followed. Oh, and look at that, Sam Brogan finally scored. And with Nikau Sokotak losing for a third time this season, a win in our next game would seal the title. The tension was palpable as we lined up for kickoff, and then watched the first half limp by with no goals. Focusing on the potential of a party at halftime fired the boys up. And within a minute of the restart, Samuel Brogan played in Lucky Oko. We were cruising, but were we already dreaming of that party too early? Potentially, as Puaikura levelled the scores with just over 10 minutes to go. Of the normal 90 minutes, that is. Luckily for us, the referee added on 5 minutes at the end, and Kuafanonga was on hand to take advantage with a late strike, as we lifted the Round Cup yet again, which is neither round nor a cup. But we topped the league, so it is ours. Here's a cup that is a cup though, as we once again fought our way past one opponent to make the Cook Islands Cup final, facing Puaikura again, who, just a week after that league game, were out for revenge and took the lead. We were level halfway through the half thanks to John Koiatu, and we went into the lead before half-time. Kafanonga again with another crucial goal, which proved to be enough for us to lift the trophy. Domestic double winners yet again, and yet again increasing the prize money, but yet again unable to persuade the board to let us go semi-pro. So I blew all our savings on training facilities instead. Very much focusing on short-term goals from now on. I need to save my Football Manager content creation career here. Interesting news as the league reputation increased, putting us in the top 10 of leagues in Oceania. Alas, as we only overtook a New Zealand regional league, we are still starting the Oceania Champions League in the preliminary round. We started with a massive win over Lupe Olesoaga, but in the next match against host side Navatoka needed Lee Harmon to salvage a point, and that was with our opponents missing a penalty as well. Still with American Samoans Utile next, we did not hold back though, going through in first and sending poor Utile packing. I mean, it would have been pretty embarrassing if, with putting my FM content creation career on the line, we got eliminated at the first hurdle. Into the group stage proper, we travelled to Fiji, facing host club Labosa first. After Villarreal opened the scoring, Sam Brogan nabbed a brace, finally getting back to form after a disappointing domestic season. So a comfortable win to start things off. A dull 90 minutes with Papua New Guinea side Gulf Kamara followed, until stoppage time. We thought Koiatu had won it, but the clock kept on ticking by, and it finished 1-1, meaning we would need a result in our final game to avoid crashing out. And of course, avoid me having to quit Football Manager content creation altogether. We got off to a great start against Vanuatuan outfit Tafia, but then disaster as right from the kickoff, young right-back Simeone was sent off. Tafia soon capitalised on their one-man advantage, equalising and then taking the lead right at the end of the first half. So anyone got any suggestions for other hobbies? All looked bleak until the 78th minute when up popped Junior Konate to equalise. And then into stoppage time, Lucky Oko proved that playing with 10 men is not what's important, scoring goals is. As we turned it around completely and topped the group. That was a close call. Vanuatu would be our destination in the knockout rounds, as we faced Ericor Golden Star. But all the group stage drama was forgotten, as in the home leg, Samuel Brogan again turned on the Champions League style as he bagged the first half hat-trick, the final goal coming in first half stoppage time. Kaufanonga would add another just after the restart, and Brogan would get his fourth as we romped to victory. Our opponents would pull one goal back, but 5-1, I mean, we're pretty much already into the semi-final, and my Football Manager content creation career is safe for another round at least. Right? Well, yeah, just about. Despite going 3-1 down at one point, we got a 3-3 draw to advance, with AS Losi of New Caledonia all that stood between us and the final. Kaufanonga continued his hot streak breakout season with a goal in the first leg, but we were pegged back in the second half, meaning a 1-1 draw at home. And with away goals in play, our progress in the competition, my future as a Football Manager content creator, very much in the balance. In New Caledonia, a stroke of good luck as an own goal put us in the lead, and Kaufanonga was the man again in the second half. So, we can breathe easy. Wait. What's this, guys? The game's over. Why are AS Losi making a comeback? And then equalising late on? Suddenly, I'm not breathing so easy. But relax, DG, away goals, remember? And despite 3 consecutive draws, we are in the final. So one more shot to win a non-domestic trophy and save my Football Manager content creation career. Now, who are we playing? Who else but our nemesis, Auckland City? The boys from Kiwi T Street powering through to yet another final. At least we would be playing at home for this game though, as the media hyped up the final. Despite the high stakes for me personally, I didn't want to heap pressure on the boys, so eased expectations in the pre-match meeting. And this, dear viewers, is it. Win this non-domestic trophy, this non-Cook Islands Cup style trophy, and continue with my Football Manager video creation into Football Manager 26. The boys marched out in front of a packed Victoria Park, a capacity 1,000 crowd in attendance. And within 3 minutes we could see this was going to be a tall order, as Tua was forced into a reaction save, which was how the first half would continue, Auckland eventually, inevitably taking the lead through Engelhart. Early in the second half things got worse as Engelhart was toppled by Karika, penalty. But Tua proved every bit the equal of the spot kick. Disaster averted. Or was it? As on the hour mark, Villarreal got in a tangle, a foul was called, and that was his second yellow card. Within 2 minutes, another goal made, all the worse by the fact that Oko provided the assist for Engelhardt. I mean, should I just start packing all my kit up now, or should I just let things get worse as Brogans went down injured? Stoppage time now, and Engelhardt broke our hearts as he completed his hat-trick. And just to rub it all in, Auckland City added one more moments later, lifting the Champions League and taking away Tupapa Maraerenga's only chance for a non-domestic trophy this season. I have to quit football management content creation altogether. My final Football Manager video ever. But wait. What if I told you there was a way back? All thanks to international management, as the Cook Islands, who I'm also managing, don't forget, prepare to enter the Pacific Games. I mean, I did say we had to win a trophy without the words Cook Islands or Cup in the title, and it had to be a non-domestic trophy. So, just as we hear that international management will make a comeback in Football Manager 2026, it provides an opportunity for my Football Manager content creation career to be saved as we get drawn into Group A with New Caledonia and Guam. So there's still a chance, and come on guys, what a swerve. I think that deserves a smash of the subscribe button. It would be tough though, as we would have to top the group to make it to the semi-final round. And we would be without Samuel Brogan, who was recovering from a broken foot, which he got from stretching for the ball in that OFC Champions League final. And Cook Islands were not in great form either, having only won 2 games in the last 2 years, meaning we needed a big performance against Guam in our opening game, and boy did we get it as John Kowiatu, Sam Brogan's backup for Tupapa Maraerenga, stepped up big time. Jake McCoy also grabbed the brace before Kowiatu completed his hat-trick, a late Ben Mata penalty helping us romp to victory. A statement of intent to the rest of the competition. 2 days later, New Caledonia also beat Guam, but crucially only by a single goal. So a draw in our final group stage game would see Cook Islands advance and see me keep that Football Manager content creation dream alive. And of course, we fell behind thanks to our less than stellar defending. But no need for panic, as Tajetin Kumsas fired us level just a few minutes later. New Caledonia would have the better of the remainder of the game, but we would fight and scrap until the final whistle blew. We had done it, topping the group standings and setting up a semi-final with Papua New Guinea, the side who beat us to take 5th place 8 years ago. John Kowiatu got us off to a great start with an early goal, but Football Manager content on this channel came under threat again as Papua New Guinea equalised, and then took the lead on 17 minutes. It's all happening again, dear viewers. What do you reckon? Should I start making content for Minecraft or Fortnite? But wait, it's all good. No cap, as Kowiatu came in clutch, equalising before half-time and securing his hat-trick in the second half. Enough to give us a win and a place in the final. A big day out then against host nation Solomon Islands. And one last beat for us, as we have the chance to secure an international trophy. I mean, that does count as a non-domestic trophy, right? And at the Pacific Games as well. No Cook Islands, no cup in the title of that competition. Can we actually do it though? As the players walked out onto the field, a sold-out 12,500-seater stadium filled with Solomon Islanders. They could not have anticipated the drama, the cinema that was about to unfold. John Kowiatu has been the hero of this tournament for us and looked to keep that vibe going as he opened the scoring. Solomon Islands were not to be denied though and drew level in the second half, only for Kowiatu to restore our lead on 67 minutes Could we actually win this? Not if we have anything to do with it, said the hosts as they equalised inside 2 minutes. And then, with 4 minutes left on the clock, young winger Van Eyck was in a great position, lost the ball, got overzealous in his attempt to win it back. Red card. This is starting to feel like the Oceania Champions League final all over again. And with 2 minutes to go, a corner for the Solomon Islands. And what's happening? We need a Man United 99 or Liverpool 2005 style comeback. Step forward once again, John Coiato, you beautiful man. A third hat-trick of the competition. And enough to send the game straight to penalties. Yep. This whole gamble, the high stakes of putting my FM content creation career on the line, it's all going to come down to the lottery of penalty kicks. At least I'll be going down in flames if we do lose out. The first 2 penalties were net busters. Have some of that. Solomon Islands then made it 2-1. John Coiato next, the hero of the hour, and he missed. Solomon Islands to make it 3-1 then. Ooh, this is not over yet. This is not over yet. The tension now getting unbearable. Both teams found their rhythm, with Solomon Islands 4-3 up. Ben Mata had to score. He did. We then entered what is quite fittingly called sudden death. Toru Matariki kept the hope alive, and then Taibo, who had almost won it for Solomon Islands in normal time, stepped up and missed. How has this happened? After all that, we are 1 kick away from realising that dream and continuing with Football Manager content creation on the channel. But what if we miss? Oh, I can't watch. It's Edwards. It's Edwards, a player I pushed out of Tupapa Maraerenga a few seasons ago. He's only been picked for this squad because other players were injured, and he's stepping up now. And he's done it. Oh my God, he's done it. We have done it. We have won the Pacific Games. We have won a non-domestic trophy, and Football Manager content lives on this channel. And when I say we, I mean me and you, dear viewers. You've been here watching it this whole time, and I thank you for it. And fitting for me, EG, that international management saves the day.